Hi, everybody. This is our team for our Meltdown Challenge, the New Year, New You. And we've got 4 coaches on this team. Sheila, Amy's on the phone too, but she's at the gym working out, so she's muted. And Denise and Neil are also coaches for Take Shape for Life, but they're in Hawaii right now. So I'm going to be conducting the meeting tonight. And I asked Ruthann to start, and I'm not seeing Ruthann's face, and so I'm going to see if there's a way it will let me. No, it won't let me. Oh, it says you're, okay. Ask to start video. Okay. So it's going to send you a little permission if there.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. I figured it out. Okay.
Hi.
I just went to my little, all right. And then it said, ask permission to start the video. So then you said, yes, that worked. Okay. So Ruthann was just I asked her question just before we started recording. She's been in 4 or 5 challenges now. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but yeah.
Okay. So tell me what you've learned so far about the challenges, about yourself and you know, why you keep coming back.
Yeah, I just have to make sure that it's something that I constantly think about every day. And, you know, otherwise when I'm not, like, it's hard for me when we're not on the challenge, because then it kind of gets pushed back to the back of my mind and stuff. But every day I just have to constantly think about it and make an effort. It just has to be in my mind.
So you like that daily accountability of keeping, you know, having to check. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's a good thing to get out of it. So tell me, Anna, what keeps you coming back?
Probably the same thing, the accountability. Like, I need someone to say, yeah, I did it.
Oh, she just went away again. There, she's back. So that's good. And is there anything, if you could wave a magic wand, you would do to change the challenges and have them be even more helpful for you? You know, not about yourself. We'll talk about that. But about the challenge page or the whole process, or
no, I'm not liking the food thing this time, but no, I like a lot of the things that are on there.
Okay.
So it's not just health oriented, it's like just the sleep and everything. I like all the different aspects.
Yeah, that healthy habits aspect. It's not just about food, is it? Being healthy is about all aspects of our lives. And maybe I've told you guys this before, but I started losing weight probably 4 or 5 years ago, and I was doing everything I thought I should do, and then I realized I wasn't getting the sleep I needed, and because my weight was just stuck. So once I started getting the right amount of sleep, then the weight just fell off. So who has that issue with sleep? If sleep is a problem, raise your hand. Do you guys have an issue with sleep?
Yeah, lately it is, but has been.
So what's the issue with sleep? We're going to talk about several of the healthy habits today. So Amy, I know, is muted. So Ruthann, what's your issue with sleep? Is it waking up in the night? Is it getting to bed on time? What's your issue with sleep?
I probably just getting to bed on time. Just, you know, and I don't know, like, I just have to, my husband he's a night owl. He likes to stay up, and I don't like to stay up that late. So, and he, you know, sometimes, like, once the kids are all in bed, like, that's kind of like our time to be together. And so if I'm like, hey, I'm going to bed, he's like, wait. So
don't go to bed without me.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a challenge. And my husband used to be the night owl, so I kind of so I'd stay up late. And now he's changed. He goes to bed, and then I'm like, what? You changed? Anyway, so then it's always something, isn't it?
Yeah. So
what are some of the tools you've used to help get to bed sooner? You know, besides dragging your husband, kicking his feet, you know, how can you get to bed soon? You know, what have you found works? You get to bed earlier. What's the secret?
I don't know. I just usually, like, on nights that it works, it's like, okay, we're going to only watch like one episode of a TV show and make sure that we're in bed by 10:30, and then you kind of, I think then that helps him, because then he knows, okay, by 10:30 we're done, I'm going to bed. So
that's good. All right, that's a good plan. Okay, so then let's talk to you for a minute, Anna. Tell me about the sleep thing. How are you doing with your sleep?
I'm doing pretty good. I was the opposite. I was the night owl up till like midnight, 12:30 every night. But my husband loves to go to bed on time, so I've got it changed for him so that I could get more sleep. But I've actually like it better now. I mean, I still am not a morning person, but I at least get more sleep. The mornings aren't quite so bad.
Well, that's good.
So, yeah.
That you get the sleep you need. So, this week, I want to focus on the habit of activity. And so, I want to kind of do a preface about this, because I think sometimes we think we're going to lose weight by exercising, and it doesn't work. Last semester, I decided I'm really going to focus on exercising, and I took a Zumba class and a strength training class. But I really didn't change the way I eat, and I didn't lose any weight all semester, even though I spent 6 extra hours in the gym than I had the semester before. And so this semester, I'm really changing the way I'm eating and just doing some gentle movements, some walking 2 or 3 times a week, and it's coming off. So for me, activity is good because it helps your mood. It helps you be more flexible. It helps you sleep better. There's a lot of good things about activity. But if weight loss is your goal, don't count that it's going to happen through activity. So have you guys found that to be true for you, or have you been able to lose weight focusing on activity? What about you, Anna? How has that worked for you?
Like right now I'm kind of stuck at a plateau. Like I said, I hate walking outside. So, I mean, I'm staying where I'm at, but I find I walk 20 minutes a day and that's it. And I was losing weight easily, but that was such a small part. Cause I get about 1,000 steps for every about 10 minutes of walking. I was getting 1,000 steps.
Wow.
So 2,000 of it was from exercising. The rest is just from moving around the house and doing stuff.
You go at a real quick pace.
I think exercise helped, but the movement.
Well, that's good. Okay, but so it wasn't exercising a lot. It was more gentle exercise.
No, not a lot. Yeah, like one little session of dedicated exercise, but the rest was just moving.
That's good. All right. And how about you, Ruthann? Tell me how exercises worked for you.
I think it's just more for like I said, like I walk outside and I like to be outside. Like it does something more for me than just like exercise. Like it's good to be outside, and I don't know, like I miss that on days that I don't get to be outside. Like if it's the weather doesn't, but like you said, like it's not always like the big, huge factor in losing weight for me.
Right. So, tell me what.
Amy's here.
Yes, Amy.
I found a little quiet corner because I had to comment.
She's got to talk about this one. I knew it would bring her out of hiding.
After me. No, it's true. From my experience with myself and just working with other people as a personal trainer, but when you work out really hard, you get hungrier. And so the exercise activity is really good,
right,
but without balancing it with the nutrition and the diet, it doesn't matter. And when people tell me, oh, I'm going to train for a marathon so I can lose weight, I always say, bad idea, really bad idea. Because usually when I'm training for marathons or longer distances, and it's been a long time for me to figure this out, is I gain weight near the end. Because when you're putting in long distances, you get really hungry, and it's okay you should be replacing those calories, but it's really easy to slip into overeating and say, well, I ran 20 miles today, so I can eat anything I want, which you can eat a lot, but it's not that hard to overdo it. And what I found works the best for weight loss, with myself and those people, is it's little things. Like Anna said, like the walking a few extra steps a day, or using a standing desk instead of sitting all day, or just finding little movements to throw in your day. You know, get up and do squats once an hour if you're at the desk. That actually works better because it doesn't get you into that hunger zone from working out. And if you love working out hard, that's great. You do have to balance the diet. And so exercise is really good, but it's just that be aware of also then what you're putting into your body afterwards. And I think more people have been successful with the walking and things that aren't really high intensity than sometimes with the high intensity stuff, unless you've really got it dialed in on what you eat.
That's good. Thank you.
I
think you're right, and maybe that was what sabotaged me, is because I had this false sense of I'm exercising so much, I can eat a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and then it kind of backfired on me. So I think
and it's easy to justify some extra things because you're like, well, but if you do it like 3 or 4 times a day, all of a sudden it adds up quite a bit. And I've done it, I know.
But there are really 3 different kinds of exercise. And Amy, if you've got a second, I wanted to go over the difference between strength training, flexibility, and cardio, and what the benefits of each are. So if you've got a second, why don't you tell us about one of those, and then we'll see if the others want to kind of add to that. So why don't you start with one of them and tell us what.
Yeah, well, of course, the trifecta. I love all, as a personal trainer, I would recommend all 3 because there's different benefits. But when I'm building a program for someone and they're brand new, I start with stability. So not necessarily stretching and stuff, but I always start with stability. That's kind of the base because it's the foundation for everything else. So yoga, stretching, anything that puts you on like just one foot or balancing and stuff like that. That's like the best place to start. And it burns calories, and it's not usually high intensity, but it gets your body ready with your joints and your tendons and muscles and stuff to build up to some of the other stuff, to strengthen the cardio. So, yeah, strength is actually strength. Well, and a lot of women avoid strength, but that's one of those best things you can do because there's a lot of gimmicks and diets and products that say they'll boost your metabolism. So, and some of them maybe do a teeny tiny bit. But the one thing that will boost your metabolism is building some muscle strength. And women don't want to bulk up unless you're taking steroids. That doesn't happen. So, but as we age, we lose muscle mass. And so it's really good to do strength training so that you can maintain the muscle mass that you have. And that way, that's why as we age and we can eat the same, but we gain weight easier because we've lost our muscle mass. And so you want to maintain that or get it back or get a little extra. And that'll put you in a much higher calorie burning zone. And then, of course, cardio is good because it's good for your cardiovascular system. So you do want to have a mix of cardio and strength because, of course, you want a good heart, good lungs, and all that. And cardio does tend to burn a lot of calories if you're doing higher intensity. But it's kind of like when people ask me which is the best, there's not really any best. It's just a matter of what your goals are and what your health situation is. Everyone has different, fitness levels. But I always tell them to start with stability and then add a little cardio a little bit at a time and then start adding strength in if I feel in a program.
Very nice. Well, thank you. That's perfect. So I like that you used the word trifecta. I thought that was good. So that it takes all 3. I didn't understand what the trifecta is till recently. I had that as part of a class and I had to learn about what trifecta is. So for those of you listening that don't know what trifecta is, it really is that we want to that it takes the three things together is better than each one thing separate. There's just a synergy when you do all three. And I know the studies I've found, and I went to a class on aging and the importance of staying young longer, and it said that it took all three, that when people are older, it's usually like they lose their strength. They're they can't push a heavy door open anymore, and their flexibility goes down. So it talked about how important those two things are really, to not forget about those. So tell me, Ruthann, some things that you've done to help with your activity that have been helpful to you.
Um,
And I think you talked about just not, walking 20 minutes a day or something like that, right?
Yeah. I like to go walking. And then like in the evenings, after the kids are all in bed, like my husband and I will go and take the dog out walking. And so that's kind of been fun to go with my husband, because usually he hasn't been not big on doing stuff like that. So
that's good. How about you, Anna? What do you do to exercise?
Right now while it's cold, I turn on music and just dance around.
Oh, that's good.
So, or I read someone was saying like there was in a group I'm in, and they're talking about bringing their groceries in, and they're like, I'm the type that wants to bring them all in one trip. But she's like, I decided to take one bag each trip to make it longer, more movement. And I'm like, that's actually a good idea.
That is a good idea.
So, just movement. So.
Well, I guess if you do it all in one trip, it's like strength training, though.
That's true.
So I guess you look at it one way or another, huh?
But yeah, otherwise I like walking and
good.
Stuff like that.
All right. So have either of you done anything as far as strength training, and do you know some things you can do at home if you haven't? So let's start with you, Anna. What have you done for strength training, or do you have some ideas?
I can't go to this class I used to go to at the church, and she would do it was 3 days a week, and she would do probably 30-ish minutes of cardio, and then we'd do about 5-10 minutes of strength. And then and she did it by songs, and the last one we kind of did almost yoga flexibility style. So you kind of got all three. So I did a few of those things with the strength training with the weights, and she actually recorded her doing it. So I have a copy of it at home.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So how about you, Ruthann? Is there some things you've done that?
I don't do any strength training. I know I should, and I just I don't know what to do at home, really. Like, I'm not going to go pay for a gym membership or anything, and so, so I don't know.
Right. So
maybe I need to do a online strength class.
Yeah, that would be good.
Full body weight. I'll have to do that one of these days.
That would be good.
Okay. Well, I think. Oh, let's see. Sorry, I'm. I just had something else I was looking at doing really quick, and it kind of, I went fishing for a second. Sorry, guys. So things as easy as push-ups can be strength training at home. Did you know that? So
I remember now that you said that.
Strength?
Yeah, Amy's told me before, things that use your body's strength can be the strength training.
Yeah.
So if you're using anything to do with your arms, like.
Right.
I can't think of them right now. My brain's a little fried.
Lunges, squats.
Yeah.
All those kinds of things, using your own body weight. That's exactly right. Or calf pull-ups. You can just get on the edge of the stairs and just raise and lower your heels. And that really adds, toning to your calf muscles. So there's a lot of things you can do at home. And I know you've probably seen things about just holding soup cans or milk jugs with half full of water. You can make them heavier or lighter, and just lifting them and dropping them, and lifting them and dropping them. On the page for you remember one of the times they had to get the points, you had to watch those exercise guys doing all those exercises. Remember a few challenges back?
I don't remember that.
Okay.
I remember Amy showing me that. I think that might have been right before we came in.
Okay, so on the wall, on the challenge wall, did you know that you can access all those videos to give you ideas about strength training at home? And so on the challenge wall to the right side where it has things like menu options and ideas, and so maybe I'm going to go for a second to this wall and just kind of close our last 2 minutes of our call by showing that to everybody. So, because maybe there's somebody that's kind of new that isn't familiar with that. So, the challenge wall, there it is. So let me see. I'm just going to see if I'm still logged in. It might log me out. I'm going to share my my screen with you guys. My computer screen. And I'm just seeing if it's logged in. Oh, he's laughing. That's so cute. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. So you're all going to see my computer screen now, maybe. My new. Where are you? Share the screen. Okay. So tell me when you can see. Do you see my screen, everybody?
Mm-mm.
Okay, it'll show in just a second. It should. Oh, it's still circling.
Yeah.
What are you seeing? Just a blank something?
Yeah, just circling.
Come on. Oh, that's no good. The new shit. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Okay, well, sorry if it's not showing it. You're just kind of getting a blank. Is it showing it yet on your screen?
No. Mm-mm.
Oh, crap. Okay, well, on the team page, I don't know why sorry, it's not working. On the right side, so where you go to log in and it says to earn your points, along that right column, then there's a thing that says other important information, and it has challenge rules, and then it says, it has some 100-calorie ideas, it has recipe and meal plans, and then it has exercise videos for beginners and intermediate. And so you can click on that site and it shows you some great things. So that's what I wanted to show you, but for some reason it's not cooperating. So it's been long enough. Do you have any questions that we haven't talked about or anything you want to add? I want to let you get back to your families. I promise to never keep you longer than a half an hour. So what I like to do to end our team huddle is to just do a fist bump into the screen. You've seen us do that before. So everybody think of 3 kinds of activities. We're going to give a fist bump and say, go team! Woo-hoo!
Go team!
Okay. Thanks everybody for being on, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.